Well, I'm back in this place. Same place I was a couple of months ago. Well, the only reason I'm here is because I don't know, man. Yet another commemoration night. Well, this time also masked for I don't know whatever reason. So I should take it off since no one is around. So yeah, it's windy out here and it's rather cold. It is, yeah, it's rather cold now, so I actually have a jacket on. Kind of a rare thing for me to wear, but I've decided to, switch up my style a bit. So yeah, uh, yeah, no glasses, and I'm wearing a jacket this time around. So yeah, there's no big update. Well, I've moved houses. What have I done? I haven't really talked to her. I always tried to distract myself from this whole thing, this whole mess. Um, my mom's doing all right. I haven't I haven't followed I haven't followed up um with not psychiatrist, a therapist, right? I haven't followed up since the end of last semester, which was around that last time I shot this kind of a video. Speaking of which, I remember when I shot that video, it was at the morning of the exam. Like I stayed up and I had to, I had an exam like 7 hours or 8 hours later. I don't know, I forgot. But yeah, it was like several hours after I shot that video. After I was like out here and I was kind of skeptical of how it's gonna go because, fuck, here he goes again with the whole. Okay, so uh, yeah. Yeah, like that was a couple of hours after I shot that video. Damn, it's windy, so don't know what the audio is like. Hope it's not gonna be ruined. I hope I'm still audible. But anyways, uh, yeah. Actually, the exam went rather well, and I got 4.0 again for like the second time in a row, I think. And I'm going for the third. So, yeah, this new semester started, and it's actually a lighter load than the last semester, so I'm handling it just fine. So far, everything is pretty going pretty smoothly, and I hope it keeps going that way. And if it does, it's gonna be another 4.0, which is great. So I've been in like applying for universities and shit. As for her, uh, that's something I keep thinking about every day. Every day, when like always, like I'll tell the psychiatrist, I've been in about the same state. Of course, it's a continuous improvement. Um, but I have been more or less in that same state of mind. Uh, post, after like, yeah, like the previous state of mind before like I reached this point. I was at a point where I was like legit crying on a more regular basis. And at the very beginning, when like the shock grieve, like that was like I was crying daily and shit. And nowadays it's just that I've been keeping up with work and trying to like hustle, and that gave me like a gateway to like escape from this whole matter. Well, at least temporarily speaking. I did somewhat succeed, and I recovered. I've been in, like, I went to a better stage where like I no longer cry for her. and I see things in retrospect a bit more clearly. Like I don't like when you're in the heat of the moment, or like you're in that bad spot, and you see eternal darkness because that's how you're feeling. You're in a really shitty state. Now, like I look at it in retrospect, and like I don't feel I can think a bit. I think about it in a much clearer way and like less biased or less cloud. Like it's no longer that clouded judgment kind of place. So I can think about it in retrospect. Like I can reason with how things went down. I actually did. I did see the reasons. Just I didn't like. I sort of refused to accept it. But no, 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 not like I do accept it. Like that's how things happened. And while her heart was in the right place, that kind of conclusion I've already come to it. I wasn't really feeling solid about it, but now I'm just fucking sure. Her heart was in the right place. I mean, that was probably the best thing that could have happened. That was probably the best course of action, but the way it was done, so good, like good intention, absolute shite execution. Oh shit, that's my face. So yeah, absolute shitty execution. It was very brutal. It was pretty harsh the way it was done. Over text, and not left like I was left with so many questions instead of closure. It wasn't. I didn't get any proper closure, so that really, really, really bugged me. But I mean, looking back, like in hindsight, I can see what she was trying to achieve, and what she was trying to do, and that was quite reasonable. Like given the circumstances, that was reasonable. That was something I can sit well with me. It's just the fact that she did it over text with the way, like just the way she did it was harsh. So yeah. But still, it's been fucking months now, right? It's been like what, 7, 8 months, and it just doesn't stop. I think about it every day, right? Yesterday, day before it, I'll just like keep uttering like out loud in my bedroom. I'll like like I know it's not my fault. Like there's nothing wrong I've done personally. It's nothing I've done. It's just the way shit happened, and I'm just really pissed, right? Again, although I can still see how that went down, like that how that was, what was the intention behind all that, but still, like I can, I still, like that part didn't change. I'm not blaming myself or saying, oh shit, I've been like someone's inferior, or no. From day one, since the breakup happened, and that still is how I see it. And also a lot of the close people that I've told, they also saw it that way. Even like one of them claims to be the most objective person. Like even we're close friends, but I'm not gonna defend you if you were in the wrong. If you're in the wrong, I'll tell you, fuck you, you're in the wrong. But I mean, like, we're still close friends, don't worry about it. But so that person that claims like, nope, you were actually in the right. Like based on what I've been told from you, I know I have your perspective, and I've seen the messages, and I shared the messages with him. And he's like, oh yeah, based on all that, it was clear cut that it was not your fault. Like that was very clear, and the way you handled it was excellent. And I've been way too understanding. I was trying to like handle it as best as I can in the situation. And looking back at it, I guess he's right. I did. It wasn't gracious, and I can't be gracious in such a state. I can't be this very graceful kind of exit from the relationship. No. When I got news like breaking up like that, and it was so sudden, there's nothing much you can do about it. If anything, if you weren't hit by it, or if you weren't shocked by it, what the fuck are you like? How kind of, I don't know. Like I'm an emotional person. And I easily get moved or shocked or like be sent into this pretty bad shock states, like rather a bit more easily than I guess some others do. Don't know how to describe it. But I was quite shocked when I heard that. So Yeah, I mean, I still see it. Like, it's not my fault. I'm not blaming myself for the whole relationship ending. There's nothing much I can do about it. And I also keep telling myself in the bedroom, like telling myself in the restaurant, like when I'm sitting alone eating, or I think pretty much that's like 95% of the time. That's basically just alone, chilling, like just doing my thing, eating, studying, sleeping, working, whatever. Yeah, I keep telling myself like it's not my fault, but fuck me, like I've done everything I can for the relationship. I've done everything I can, short of simping. Just kidding. No, I've really no. I've really put a lot of effort into the relationship. I've tried to dedicate a lot of energy, and I've had like, a whole vision, a whole plan to lay out, and a whole plan to work towards. And yeah, that's how it panned out. So it's frustrating. It is. So that yeah, it's just that's. I keep bickering about it. I don't know. Like every day, even like at the current state of mind, say I haven't really cried about her since like November or October. I think October. Yeah, October. So I stopped crying regularly. Maybe I don't know, cry occasionally, but I wouldn't count these. Just like a very light kind of out of really extreme frustration when I'm like I see a picture of us or something like that. It affects me, but like I'm much more able to like suppress it now. It doesn't piss me off that much. I can just like keep it buried. It still triggers me, like it pisses me off, like genuinely. It really, yeah, because the relationship has ended. Like nowadays, I'm just confused because I don't know what she's up to, where she. I mean, I don't know. Like, it feels like I'm clinging on to her a bit too much, but like. The thing that I'm focusing on my shit, like man, I'm hustling. I've got shit to do. Like I've applied for universities outside. Like I don't give a shit. Like there's nothing that binds me to this place. If my destiny was to move out to I don't know Canada, Australia, or whatever place that is, I'll move. Like, I have nothing that's binding me to this place. No, not her. Not anyone. I don't have siblings, or I mean, I have siblings who live here, but they don't bind me to this place. If I had an opportunity outside, well, I'm going. You know. I'm going. If I maybe had the job somewhere else or here, fine. But I'm not. She's no longer a part of the equation. When we were together, I would have obviously considered us. So I'll only get the jobs here, or if she was going somewhere, I'll probably consider choices in the places that she's going to. Like that kind of approach. But thing is, yeah, no, she's no longer part of the equation. So, no longer. I have no attachment here. Life of a third culture kid, to be honest, that's how it is. Yeah, it's not like you're never bound to any place. Like, yes, you know people from all over the world. But you don't exactly have a permanent address or a home or some place you can call home. Like, oh yeah, the neighbor you lived with for like 15 years, bro. I moved like fucking 7 times or 8 times. Like I'm not stuck in one neighborhood my whole life. The longest I've been in a single neighborhood was actually 8 years or 10 years. That was in Saudi Arabia. That's where I was like. I had most of my childhood memories in. I grew up. Yeah. That's where I grew up. But they still can't call it like, oh yeah, I'm from that place. Something I'm known. I don't know. Like. Multiple reasons. Like I'm not a national or citizen. I cannot even go there like on my own volition because visas and shit. But I digress. I have nothing. Yeah, I'm not attached to this place. Yeah, I lived here for 8 years. Different neighborhoods, many different neighborhoods. Yeah, near Dukhan. Yeah, I mean, I lived in quite a few places. No, I'm in the same, so I'm chilling. Uh, but yeah, if an opportunity presents itself, I'll take it, regardless of where it takes me, like geographically or geographically speaking. I'll take it. She's no longer relevant. It's a good thing in a sense, of course, because it opens up many doors and makes me more, more flexible. My mobility is pretty much. Yeah, I have my mobility, so I can go wherever I want. I don't have to deal with long distance relationship, which is something I don't quite believe in. I've tried it before. Um, yeah, I I'm applying. I'm looking for opportunities. So I've been like busy. I've been working on myself. It's just that I throw this whole like this mess into the back of my mind, just buried somewhere there, and it eventually, yeah, eventually and inevitably comes back. I mean, it's nothing much I can do about it. It's a cycle. But it's just that it's just less vicious nowadays. Back then it was every time it comes back I get pretty agitated. Every time it comes back in my mind, I would not be in a good state. Like I wouldn't be handling it well. uh uh I feel like I'm at the edge of losing my shit. But no. Like it comes, but like it's not. It doesn't bother me as much because that's it. I'm like way more tolerant now. Like I'm used to it. Like whatever, man. Okay, I've went through this cycle. Just get on with it. Yes. I'm pissed. And then like live by the day, right? Like just next day, and I'll just keep doing the same thing. Keep going at it, like with work and whatever. Um. Yeah, I mean that's where I am right now, right? I still think about her. I mean, today I just few like what time is it now? Let me check. Yeah, it's almost 1. So about 7 hours ago. Yeah, about 7 hours ago, I was just sitting at the TGI Fridays, and I was literally just sitting there and imagining her, and I'm just like, literally like this is the saddest scene ever. Like where I'm just gonna like sit there and extend my hand as if I'm holding hers across the table, and like some cheesy shit like I don't know, like touching legs or shit like that, or like under the table, whatever cheesy shit that romantic movies or stuff like they depict and illustrate. Um, but yeah, that kind of shit is like basically what like my brain plays that scenario, and it's like it's at the end. What am I benefiting from it? Not really much. And like I'm just it feels like a bit of a self-destructive kind of behavior, but I can't. I was really attached to this person, and so such kind of behaviors. I guess it's understandable. If someone told me about how they felt it, like if they told me like they've done, kind of they imagined those scenarios, I would 100% relate, right? Because yeah, I've done it, right? And it's a thing that happens recurring. It's it's every day, about every day. Um, I would think about her, play scenarios like she's next to me, she's encouraging me to like keep working. She's like, I don't know, taking care of me. I don't know, giving me massages or cooking me food or treating me like a king or shit, whatever. I don't know, some cheesy stuff. So yeah, well, at the end of these things, it leaves me with some degree of frustration and sadness. Like, but still, I can't help it but think about it because I was genuinely attached to the person, and I thought we really had something going on. Ended the way it ended. So, as unwise as it is, like I actually come to these. I've been coming to this place a couple of times in the past 2 months, maybe like 4 or 5 times. Yeah, like back like when we broke up, like 6 months after, I only went there like 3 times or twice. With the first time being on my birthday, and that was the most painful journey I've taken to this place and the other place, where I spent most of my time crying or rambling. And I believe, yeah, that was recorded as well. Same format. Yeah, I've been coming here more often. And I mean, I even like told, I even like just out of courtesy, like I wouldn't mind. Like I told her, I even messaged her from like through the only like, available channel I had with her, which was weirdly open for some reason. I could still chat with her there. I don't feel like chatting to like in an extensive degree because you don't just talk. It's not it's kind of toxic. I don't know. I don't like that. If she wants to talk, I can entertain a conversation request. I can talk if should they want to, but I will not go ahead and converse on my own volition. I'm not gonna do that. I don't know. It just pisses me off. However, I'm still open to it, and as I said in the first video, and I still kind of stand on this point. I understood the circumstances, and I can see it more clearly now, and I see how it was actually her intent. Like there was good intention behind it, and the things that happened were probably for the better, and especially my own betterment. It would have been much worse if this thing happened at a much later stage in the relationship. It would have been way worse. And because the way she ended was kind of out of, like, she was trying to be honest and clear, she was trying to be upfront and honest about it. I was like, okay, she didn't like cheat or lie, or she like pushed this under the, like, just rubbed it and like pushed it under under the rug or whatever. Like that's the expression. She didn't. Yeah, she didn't sweep it under the rug. That's the fucking expression. I remember. I don't know. Yeah, my brain is just shutting down. Yeah, she haven't swept it under the rug, and so because of that, I genuinely wouldn't mind entertaining another, like, if she wants to meet up, hang out, whatever, and see what she has to say. And more so, even like if she wants to get back together, whatever, I have to, of course, judge and see whether the circumstances have changed such that the issue that brought us to this point wouldn't come back, at least in the long run. The issue isn't exactly something that's it's something that can be resolved. It's something that can be resolved once and for all if you manage to resolve it. So if it comes down to that, I wouldn't mind. I'm not against it. At the same time, I would rather distance myself, and I'm trying even to like. I walk here just out of commemoration and just kind of a self-destructive behavior. But also, while I'm at it, I actually just a couple of times I messaged her in a few of those instances to like, look, I'm walking here. I'm not far from your place. If you want to meet up, you want to join me in this walk, this shitty commemoration walk, well, feel free. If you want to talk about that, maybe when you come, fine. You want to do that, sure. I'm not gonna come. I'm gonna come out, out of my own will and come like talk to you because I'm simply not in. I don't think I'm in the position to do that. Not because of. No, it's simply because I can see what happened, and I don't think I'm the one. I'm the one who's at fault here. I literally was a fucking bystander, and I got the raw end of the deal. I got shat basically, or shat on. That is why I don't think I should be like coming up. I don't know, to her and like, what am I supposed to ask for? Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, that's how I'm thinking. If she wants to reconcile. I mean, it's not like it's technically it is a reconciliation. If she doesn't want to reconcile, I'm open to it. Not exactly. I mean, I have to really like assess the situation. Like, I have to really look into it thoroughly and see how things would be different, how things would be better. I mean, again, as a person, she didn't lie, she didn't cheat or anything like that. So, she didn't cross any red lines for me. She didn't. She maybe damaged my trust. That's that I can tell. She damaged my trust. Whether she earns it back or not, that's only the fucking long term. Like in the long term, you can tell. You can not really tell that in the short term. Uh, I mean, I'm open to it still. If someone else comes along and can fill that gap in your heart or whatever, complete me. Oh God, that's cheesy. If someone wants to come along for the ride, why not? Sure, as long as they're the right person. She wants to come back. Well, I have to see if things have changed from her side. I have to see. I can't really just yeah, I can't. I know maybe part of me is just gonna like jump straight into it because I miss her so much, and but then there's another like part of me that's like whoa, slow down. Have you seen what's going on? Have you really give it a good thought? Yeah, I don't know how that would actually end up happening because my pragmatic self is telling me one thing, and then my super emotional self, like it's the yeah, that part is just willing to like just jump back in. Yes, that's toxic as fuck, but yeah. So yeah, it's just yeah, I'm commemorating. I don't know, this one of the days we came here. Actually, yeah, days. It's late February. Yeah, soon enough it's gonna be March the 6th. March the 6th wasn't a good day for us. March the 6th, yeah, March the 6th is not a good day for us. I haven't seen her after between like March the 6th to April the 14th, I think. That was like the let's just say there was a break between us for a month, but it was a completely different story, and it definitely was not from her own will. It was something just happened, and she was offline. It wasn't by her choice. It wasn't her choice. So yeah, it was like we couldn't communicate. Then once she came back online, we got back together. Yeah, it was just one meeting and we got back together. Uh, yeah. Even then, I'm looking back at it, I was like, kind of like skeptical if her story checks out. But you know what? I give her the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, yeah, okay, fine. Maybe she was telling me the truth about how she went offline and off the grid, and I wouldn't. Yeah, it's not good when someone doesn't believe you when you have a really when awful things happen to you that takes you out of you go offline and shit like that. Because I went on a blackout mode kind of thing a while. Like in my life, I've done it a couple of times. It's not my first time for me to go on blackout. The first time I've done it was no. The last time I've done it was when the breakup happened initially. That's when I went on blackout. 2 months. It was 2 months. I didn't talk to anyone. No, my sisters. No, my mother. I haven't even called her. My dad didn't hear from me. My closest friends didn't hear from me. No one. And I wasn't even like physically talking or moving much. And I was literally in my room rotting. Yeah, so I understand blackouts. Like it's not like I've done it myself. So I give her the benefit of the doubt. Like, look, it sucks when it feels like no one believes you. So I guess I believe her. I guess yeah. I give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she was telling the truth. Yeah, that doesn't matter. Like doesn't matter anymore at this point. Now she broke up with me at at will with her own intention, even though like she didn't like exactly wanted to break us up. It's just that the circumstances weren't right, and she was being trying to be open about it, telling me, look, things that are like it's nothing about me or anything about anything went wrong in our relationship, or we grew apart, or we fell out of love. It's not like that. Literally, something from her side clicked badly, and she's trying to be open about it, and I can respect that in a sense. So yeah, I've tried. Still, there's a word in Arabic. It's namr, or like, yeah, like, man. I really keep bickering about it, and it pisses me off. But that's how it is. Yeah, I'm going through like loops and loops and loops, and that's how things are right now. That's where things stand. And yeah, I told her tonight if she wants to join, she can join. I'm pretty sure she's not willing to join. She's never gonna join. So I don't know. She wanted to talk tonight. I was open to it. I was fine. Like if she wanted to like join me and converse. I'm in a clearer state of mind now. So she wants to talk. She wants to come forward and talk about whatever happened in like in the face-to-face setting that it merits, or that it warrants. It's really that's how I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. A proper conversation where she can open up, about whatever happened between us in a more proper setting. Like I need a more proper setting for that, not just over text and no. And of course, I'm in a clear state of mind, so I guess that helps me see things a bit more clearly and less emotionally biased or less clouded. So yeah, that setting, that face-to-face setting, is yeah. This is what it feels like the right setting for that. And that's why, like, I asked her, like, I just want to give her the opportunity. I don't fucking care if, I don't want to come forward and try to talk to you or like beg you for anything. First, I have pride. I have pride. I have maybe too much ego as well, but I have pride. I have done nothing wrong. I can see that clearly. I have done nothing wrong. Why the fuck would I come forward to talk to you? There is nothing. There's nothing I've done wrong to her. Like nothing. At least not even majorly speaking. Right? I don't even think about minor stuff that I've really wronged her. I haven't. Okay? So, if anything, I've tried to be the best partner there is, and there ever was, whatever. I've tried. I've given it the best shot. I've put in like 200%, man. So yeah, I'm not. No. I'm not. I know. I shouldn't. I'm not gonna start any bullshit. Any of that stuff. I'm not gonna start it. She wants to come talk. She's welcome to. I don't mind. My channels are all open. I'm not the one who blocked her. She's the one who blocks. She's the one who always blocked me. I never blocked her a single time. She wants to talk to me. Yeah, well, hayaha. She can talk to me. She's more than welcome to do so. My DMs are open. My profiles are all open for her. My fucking emails are open. If she ever wants to meet up, she just has to schedule time. Just the when, the where, and that's it. I'll be there, right? And even my schedule is kind of even like I would have even gone flexible with her. Like I would have made that compromise. Like, look, okay, fine. Like, I'll like stay up a few hours if you're gonna meet overnight. Like, I don't mind. Like, okay, fine. I would have done that, but I'm not gonna make that first move towards making that conversation. I wouldn't. It's the ball's in her field now. And yeah, I'm just gonna see if she wants to play it. Fine. If she doesn't, whatever, man. I've tried to make steps to fix this. I'll fix this thing. It's broken to shit, and yet I'm still like kind of desperate to fix it because I really thought we had something genuinely good and something that's really long term going on, but that didn't pan out. But I still try to like hold on, I'm gonna cling on to that hope. I, I'm open to the whole thing, but I'm not gonna go above and beyond what I need to do to get us back together. Simply because I have pride and also have other shit to do. That's the other reason. Yeah, the second reason is I have other shit to do. I'm not gonna go out of my way and take time out of my my own take out something out of or some of my own precious time that I could have used just like wanking or working or just eating or talking to my siblings. I wouldn't take time out of that to pursue something that's just hopeless and not being. Clearly, there are no signs of her willing to come forward and talk about anything. No signs at all. I'm the only guy who's actually exhibiting like extending their hand. I extended my hand to help her. I mean now extend my hand to like I fucking sent her explicitly. Feel free to join me. It's clear. It's not like I'm signaling or anything like that. I'm not like look if you wanna join, join. I literally fucking DM'd you telling you that. You would be dumb to not see that this is kind of an invitation. The way it was phrased isn't an invitation. Okay, that's done on purpose, obviously. I'm not that dumb. But if you see for what it is sort of an invitation. And like I wouldn't mind. I'm not gonna step up to you and ask you like, oh, let's talk. We want to. Like I'm not gonna do that. If she want, like I have a routine of commemoration or like a thing I commemorate. I go here anyways, regardless of whether she joins me or not. I don't care. I do that for myself. But because I happen to be close or in proximity or in her vicinity, she's welcome to join. I mean, that's why I informed her. Look, I'll be around. I'll be here. I've been here a couple times already. I haven't told her about them. Maybe she doesn't know. But I told her, like, look, I come here a couple times. I told her today, I'm coming here. If you want to join, well, by all means, feel free. That was sort of an invitation. But I'm not coming here only to meet her or whatever. I come here to commemorate and be depressed or whatever you may think about it. So she clearly is not showing up, and I don't think she's ever willing to show up. I mean, there's nothing much I can do beyond what I've done. She's clearly not interested. I don't know where she's at now, or where her mind is at. But I have my own stuff to do, so I'll just take care of those, and try to suppress this pain as best as I can. I've been working on developing myself as well. Like I've made some changes. My looks, my my looks. That's kind of clear. The whole Afro thing. That's part of it. I upped my games like in different things. I upped my, I don't know, my fashion game. I'm trying to up it. Like now I'm trying to like think about like going through like a whole style overhaul with like fashion. Like right now this is like the jacket thing is just a step towards that, and it's actually looking hella drip. Imagine that's what this Gen Z kids be like. Drip. Yeah. Or my watch game, my perfume game, or shit like yeah. Those things are like I'm trying to up the game there, and I've spoiled myself far more. Like I haven't spoiled myself in so long. So I guess this is a good thing that I'm doing. Like I'm finally trying to put myself first, and I wouldn't buy expensive stuff, only buy the cheapest shit for myself. But when it comes to a birthday for my, her, for my girlfriend or whatever partner or something, I would just go out of my way, go get the best things and fuck. I don't care about but the budget isn't a huge issue as long as it means a lot. Like it means something. It doesn't matter if it's expensive or cheap. If it's something that it makes for an awesome gift, I'll go for it. I'll make sure that doesn't matter if she's happy. It doesn't matter if she's expensive. If it's like super like out of my budget, I'll like go out of my way to make sure that I can get that for her, and I'll make sure that she'll be happy with it. For me, like I'm always like budget aware. I'm always like, like, damn, that's expensive. No, I can't get that for myself. No. That's on discount. That's like hella cheap. That's I gotta. I don't know. Like I see sales and stuff like that. Like, okay, maybe I'll get that for myself. Now I just don't care. If I like it, I'll get it. Of course, while being somewhat, financially responsible. Of course, I have to be financially responsible. I can't just go buy everything in stock all willy-nilly. Like, but for example, I got a Creed Aventus. That's awesome, and that's kind of expensive. But I found a good deal on it. I actually like a fucking. I fancy me a bit of Creed Aventus, and back then I wouldn't have bought it because like, oh shit, it's expensive. Oh, I can't. No. I got myself a watch. This watch that I have is probably more expensive than a freaking Apple Watch. And I had a watch that is broken to shit. And I still live with it because if it ain't broke, it's okay. Keep using it. But I also knew deep down, like, man, this watch is so, it's dying. And I was like, let me go find a decent watch. I looked for smartwatches. They don't look that good. I looked through some, the cheaper ones, Casio and stuff like that. And I noted down a few. Like, I noted down a few because I found some I think it's called the Edifice, the G-Shock and the Edifice. So I looked through those, and then I was learning about a few things about the watch game. I was through in the r/watches and subreddits and r/fragrances and all those subreddits for like men fashion and like fashion in general. Watches and fragrances, they're not all men, they're everyone. It's both. I was learning about the watch game, the fragrance game. I learned a bit about like fashion. Watching a few fashion, like men's fashion, men's style YouTubers, like RMRS and stuff like that. Like I keep watching those. I'm like, okay. Like I learned from them. Like pick up some of their tips. And and then I ended up I was shopping for like watches, and I was like went to like a dealer here for like luxury watches, and I was like, okay, fine, let's see the luxury tier stuff. And then I found I was looking to some Omegas, and then I was like 10,000 is kind of fucking overboard. Let me find something far more financially reasonable, but it needs to fit my style, it needs to be perfect. And I was looking through because they had a pretty big selection, so I had so much room, and I even had my own kind of discount benefit that I could use or avail at their store as well, like 30% off or something like that. So 30% off on like a $1,000, $2,000 watch. I mean, that's kind of insane. So I was like, yeah. So I was kind of looking at their selection, and I'm like, yeah, just going through, and I found something fucking decent that works with my style and shit like that. So as you can see, I wear black most of the time. That's my style. I love black, and with this kind of casual wear, this watch is baby. That's not even that expensive. It's still a bit on the more expensive side. It's the most expensive watch I owned, but it's my introduction to like the world of decent timepieces. So, and then I went to the perfume game, and Creed Aventus and like niche fragrances and good designer brands as well. Like even like there are designer brands out there that are actually kind of fucking good value, like Azzaro Wanted by Night, which would have been at this time, at this day, it's a perfect fragrance for that. I mean, I upped my game in those things, and I'm looking to invest way more into myself. That's all I'm trying to say. I mean, going all over of how I try to invest myself more. Like those are a few things. Like up my watch game, up my perfume game, up my fashion game, my sneakers, my shoes, like all that stuff. Like it's like I used to really stinge with like my own stuff. I used to like stinge a bit, like yeah, it's expensive, it's not on, I have to wait for it to go on sale, maybe then I'll get it, and I see it's on sale, I'm like, look, it's still expensive, and and I have like a fucking torn up shoe and I'm still going with it. Like fucking my jeans, those jeans, I still actually wear some same jeans for like 4 or 5 years. I mean, I wash them regularly, but they're, because of how many washes I've been through, they're losing color. So yeah, well, it's just I'm not really investing in my, like, I didn't really pay attention to my own style and my own stuff, and now I am, which is a good thing. So yeah, I guess that's where I'm at right now. It's an improvement. Still, like, I go to this place and my hair is a bit of a. It's like, no, it's like when my hair grew for like, this is like one of the longest. I haven't really grown my hair this long in my life. Now it's like when the wind blows in a certain direction, my hair goes like it starts like going like flying, it goes all over the place. And sometimes like I do this kind of like motion, like, oh yeah, like glorious hair. I really couldn't imagine myself doing that, but here I am. I do it, and like when I drive the car with the window open, my hair goes like all over the place, and like when I'm driving fast, my hair starts like, that's pretty funny. Imagine like I'm in a convertible car, and it's like I'm open, like my hair goes, my hair starts like fucking dancing everywhere. That's funny. But yeah, I've looked for ways to better invest in myself rather than just always be stingy with my own shit, or like, and I'm trying to, like, go through these evolution stages, and that's a good thing. So yeah, in a sense, actually, I'm in a better place now because I've invested a lot more into myself. I've I was celebrating the 4.0 that I got last semester, and that's why one of the reasons I got my watch. It was a celebration thing. Second 4.0 in a row, and like I'm on a streak, a 4.0 streak, so that's cool. Also, another reason is because I couldn't travel, so I had to do something. Like, I wanted to do something special, so I couldn't travel to see my parents. So I was like, oh fuck, I don't want to end the vacation on a really sad note. So you know what? Let's just go get some cool shit. And like, I happen to get the watch, and I'm fucking happy with it. It's perfect. It just makes me happy. It's one of the points. It's the point that the whole point is that you have a good time because it makes you smile every time you see it. It has a story. It's an occasion. It's like you got it as like an occasion or to celebrate something, and definitely a watch is a perfect thing for that sort of thing. So this is like my senior watch, the 4.0, the success, like getting that top notch, being the top of my class, kind of the watch that kind of like sort of reminds me of all that cool shit. Yeah, so I'm trying to work on myself better. Like, I'm trying to invest in myself, hustle, find try to apply for those opportunities abroad. Now she's no longer relevant. I'm seriously considering leaving this place. I personally, like, as long as I might appreciate coming, I might come back to this place in the long term. Maybe if I end up getting married and have a family or whatever, maybe I'll come here to work, because earning here is good, but the social life here, the people are not exactly. It's not. I feel a lot. I think I explained this. I explained this so many times. Like, I talk about it a lot, but like, it feels like this is like a bubble of luxury, and people are like so. Sometimes it feels like they're ignorant. They don't know what's going on in real life. Like, here, this place is a bubble. You guys have no fucking idea about what's going on the outside. You guys don't in real life. You've always lived in your like parents' house, and like you're born with the silver spoon in your mouth. And I am with one of those people. It's just that I don't want to say I'm woke or I've been red pilled or whatever. It's just that I want to kind of experience real life for myself with its shits and its good things. And the fact that it's just also that people here are not exactly like my type. Like, feels like I'm a black sheep. Not even in a good, like, sometimes not even in a good way, but yeah, I don't find someone who's like, I can't easily find someone who's like-minded. And going somewhere like those, like in Canada or Australia, the likelihood of me finding like-minded people is much higher, since it feels like those places, like, you don't have people who are just like judgmental or materialistic cunts or something like that. So I mean, of course, those people are everywhere. It's just that here, it's like because of the whole environment, it's kind of just encourages that sort of behavior. Like everyone's like fucking sheep, especially like the locals, the citizens. Kharfan, everyone's the same. Everyone. My elder sister, she always brings up the Marty from Madagascar story. That when Marty gets lost in the herd and like everyone's like then we see Marty and like the fucking million zebras like as far as the eye can see. Like Marty. That was fucking hilarious. Like, oh yeah. Look, Qataris, citizens. Like, okay, that's that's some shit up for you. That's like the local area where a lot of those people they go to, and they all look the same, dress the same, drink the same thing, and identical. There's no individuality. I mean, there are subtle individual sort of traits in each one. Like, oh yeah, this one has an interest in one thing, others are interested in the other. But there's an entire like uniform kind of everyone's like the same like manner in terms of mannerism or the way they talk or something like that. It's fucking hilarious. But I mean, again, like it's how it is here. It's not exactly like bad. I'm not calling them bad people or toxic culture or something like that. I don't know, but it's just that I don't think it fits me personally. That's just my take on it. I feel like I'd be better suited. I'd be better suited going elsewhere. So that's what I'm thinking now. So just find opportunities, man. That's all I'm trying to do. Find opportunities outside, maybe immigrate, settle somewhere. Our family's already scattered as it is. So we're not exactly. I don't have like a permanent address anywhere. So third culture kid life again. It's how it is. I don't have a permanent address. I always live on rent and I always live moving from house to house. Not because I get evicted. It's just because I have to. Things happen. One of us leaves. We have to downsize. Or something like that. So yeah. And now we might even I might move again, yet again, the 8th time. But this time I move countries for the second time. So it's not my first time moving countries. I'm gonna move countries because maybe there's a better opportunity for me outside, be it masters or a job. If I couldn't find an opportunity outside, I hope I can find a job here before my visa finishes. My visa, finishes it's October, so that gives me 4 months or 5 months to find me a job here before I get kicked out. It's gonna be a lot of pressure in the next couple of months because I need to have my shit figured out by then. What is it I'm gonna be doing? Am I gonna be doing masters? Am I gonna be doing getting a job? Not exactly. It's not gonna be exactly easy. But we'll see how it goes. Just living by the day, man. That's just living by the day. That's how it is. Yeah. Still thinking about her. It's pretty. I don't know. It's. I'm just looking back at it. Yeah, it's a sad affair. I keep telling myself, yeah, it's a sad affair. It's fucking sad. I'm trying to. I don't know, as desperate as it may seem. I'm trying to look. I just trying to tell her if you ever want to talk, I'm here. If you ever wanted to, meet up, I'm here. Every time I come here, there are a few times when I'm in the right state of mind for me to actually talk to her. Look, you can come. I'll be here walking around doing my thing. If you want to join, feel free. If you don't, whatever. I'll move on. I'll keep doing my thing. So yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at right now. I've got work to do. Yeah, I've got work to do. Projects and applications for university and GRE. I might even do GRE, even though GRE isn't required. It seems that I might need it because my GPA track record isn't exactly my grades historically haven't been great. and when they look at the totals in a vacuum, it doesn't look good. So, uh, but of course, if they look at the recent performance, of course, it's impressive. But like, yeah, I have to prove. Oh, GRE is like the standardized test that they can like put you in like a percentile kind of ranking chart or whatever. Oh, so yeah, I might just have to do that. Might compensate for my lack of good GPAs. My lack of well, that's gonna be racist or stereotypical. My lack of Asianness. That's not a joke, stereotype, haha. But yeah, yeah. Looks like I'll have to do that, and I'll have to do that as soon as possible because um applications have already closed for many of the stuff I applied for. Like the applications have closed, so I cannot like resubmit. If I have to like actually catch them before they make a decision, before they start reviewing my file. I have to like have a GRE result that I can add to my application post deadline. I'm like, look, I've submitted my application, but it's missing a GRE score. I've just done my GRE. Can you add it to the file for them to see it? Maybe it gives them it gives me a better chance at getting accepted. Because if they look at the transcript on its own, like he's an X factor. Like, oh, he has pretty bad track record, but his recent performance have been nothing but excellent. First ranking or highest ranking students across the board. But that's only up to like recently. Yeah, and I have like 6 years of record, so 1 year or 2 years. I don't know if that matters to them. Like they have to like really look at the totals, and that doesn't always look good. Depends on the kind of how you approach these situations or these cases. But I digress. I have to do GRE. I have work to do. I have a project. I have a bunch of assignments to work on because I still have university. But it's a lighter load. But I still have university, so I have assignments. I have work to do. Coursework. So yeah, I don't know how things are gonna get better. I hope they do. All I have to do is just hustle, do my thing, I guess. That's all I can do now. I'll go back home. I'll get back on the grind. Alright, that's been it. It's almost an hour. Wow. Yeah, that's it. See ya.